Welcome once again to Cooking Around's channel. Welcome. For you today, another chicken recipe. What is it? Chicken in a rich tomato sauce with wine. Absolutely out of this world. And you can do this as a one pot recipe. You can even put it in a slow cooker if you want. But just take a look at this chicken. Absolutely tender, and it's delicious. And this sauce, and guess what, I put in potatoes and other vegetables to make it even better. Now, what else would you like to serve to your family? Something like this. They will absolutely love you for it. And you can make this in a bigger quantity if you have a party or a gathering. It's always the best meal to make. So let me show you how to put this together. Let's start with an oven-proof dish or pan, and let's add about 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now here I'm using about 1.5 kilos of drumsticks with the skin on and the bone in. But you can use breast, or you can use any other part of the chicken if you want. Now let's get that temperature high and let's start to brown these legs here. But you don't have to cook it all the way through. That's not necessary. So as they are browning, I'm moving them around so they don't stick, and a few minutes on one side and just flip them around to the other side. You basically be the judge of it. And now you can see basically this is what I want. Now for the things stuck and almost burnt on the bottom, don't worry about it. That's where the juices are. Now what I want you to do is, now that it's brown, remove all the chicken pieces. Sorry for the camera, my wife's Tic-tok. She's in front of my camera. What can I do? Let's add now about 1 large onion, chopped or wedged, whatever you want. And now I'm adding a splash of white wine. I'm adding the wine now because I want to release those juices from the bottom of my pan. Now for the onions, let it go for about 2 minutes or so, or a little bit longer. And now to make it hearty, let's add 2 large carrots and sliced. How thick you want? Well, that depends on you. Okay, now it's going fine. Let's add now a splash of water, and this will continue to release all the juices from the bottom. Now let's add 2 or 3 or 4 cloves of minced garlic, as much as you want. Now let's add 3 celery stalks and cut them into bite-sized pieces. Now, still having the temperature on high, I'm now adding half a cup of white wine. If you really don't want white wine, you can add just water. And now let's stir it and let's evaporate all the alcohol and keep those juices inside. Now let's add some salt. How much? That depends on you. Here I'm using about half a teaspoon. Now when it comes to fresh ground pepper, use as much as you want. Guess what? For me, the more the better. Guess what? My wife is back with the camera again. What she does, she does these little films and then she puts them on TikTok. So what I'd like you to do now is add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Add it a little bit and stir it, add a little bit and stir it. Trust me, this is going to turn out really good. Now let's incorporate 2 bay leaves and let's move that all the way around just like this. And here we go. Let's add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And what this does, it gives the sauce a good, beautiful, rich taste and makes it really thick and delicious. And to further enhance the flavor, let's add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. And here we go. Let's add 2 cups of water. Now let's add about 1 tablespoon of dried thyme, or you can use any other herb or even spices if you want. Now my wife and I have to have a serious talk because I keep on seeing her hand in front of my camera. So let's continue to stir this and blend it all in. And now you can return all the chicken legs right back into the pan. Now let's cover it. It's still on high heat, and at this stage I want you to bring the temperature up, because once the temperature is up, it's easier to handle once you put it into a hot oven. Now the temperature's up and I want you to cover it with aluminum foil. I don't want you to use the lid. Why? Because I want some of the water to evaporate and thus making a thicker sauce. Now I want you to set your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for a full 45 minutes and no peeking. Okay, let's take it out of the oven. Let's not throw the foil away. We're still going to use it. Let's take a look. And does this look absolutely delicious? But are we finished? No, we're not. Now let's add about 1.5 pounds of potatoes. Here I'm using kind of baby potatoes and I sliced them in half. If you're using large potatoes, then I would recommend that you quarter them down. Now put the foil back on, put it back in the same oven at the same temperature and let it go for 40 minutes and I shall be back. Okay, guess what? We're back. Let's see how it looks. And I'm pulling it out of the oven. Oh, does this look awesome? Now we have to do just a little test. Grab a fork and just stab it into the potato and make sure that the potato is cooked 100%. Okay, to top it off, I'm adding some chopped parsley. You can really add whatever you want to the top of it. Whatever you add is going to be awesome. Now, let's bring it in and tease you a little bit. Just look at this. It's absolutely perfect and tender. Trust me, this chicken is so tender, it's like biting almost into butter. And the potatoes are cooked to a perfection, and this sauce is out of this world. Now, unfortunately, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching it, and once again, it's goodbye from Tony and Cooking Around.